They're back. I guess they weren't satisfied that their first trailer was titillating enough, that it didn't get enough people talking about them, which is always their goal, even though they really want privacy. Okay, that's what they want. Could you just take a seat and stop talking about it? Because they want their privacy. They released yet another go at a trailer trying to get people to watch the documentary, I have air quotes up, about Meghan and Harry, Kardashians Part 2. Okay, here's the latest attempt.
It's really hard to look back on it now and go, what on earth happened?
You hear that? That is the sound of hearts breaking all around the world.
She's becoming a royal rock star.
And then
everything changed. There's a hierarchy of the family. You know, there's leaking, but there's also planting of stories.
There was a war against Meghan to suit other people's agendas.
It's about hatred. It's about race.
It's a dirty game. The pain and suffering of women marrying into this institution, this feeding frenzy.
I realized they're never going to protect you.
I was terrified. I didn't want history to repeat itself. No one knows the full truth. We know the full truth.
Oh my God. There's so much to say. I mean, first of all, like, they want to pretend that they had nothing to do with this. It's really just their story, but it's told through somebody else's vision. The fact that she's including in there that she was a royal rock star. Okay, all right, got it. And then everything changed. Just in a snap, everything changed. What could it have been? What could it have been that changed? Could it have been you guys being narcissistic jerks at every turn, bullying members of the palace, complaining constantly if not every piece of press was complimentary enough of you, being nasty to William and Kate? I could go on, but there's a reason the press turned on her that has nothing to do with, as the clip says, hatred and race. What did you make of it?
Megyn, you know how when people have problems in life, and, you know, like everybody goes through problems, but when people just consistently seem to have problems at every single stage with like all of their relationships and circumstances, and usually that's everybody else's fault, right? That could never possibly be the person who is the only common thread here, as some have suggested Meghan Markle might be. I don't really even understand what the object of the whining is here. You mentioned, and they mentioned, racism. I always thought that was the most laughable part of Meghan Markle's international self-pity party, because if you looked at Meghan Markle, you would have no idea that she's black. I am significantly darker than Meghan Markle. My Sicilian family is significantly darker. That one always seemed so preposterous. But then I loved Prince Harry there. He says, you know, in this family, there's a... my accent's not that great. Maybe I'll just turn it into Paul McCartney.
Actually, it was good. I was into it.
Thank you so much. Well, you know, in this family, there's always a little bit of a hierarchy, you know. In my mind, when I hear British people, they all just sound like Paul McCartney. And so if the point is that Harry is second banana here to Prince William, yeah, buddy, that's true.
Duh.
That's the way it goes. And so, yes, Meghan is going to be second banana to Kate. That's what you signed up for. Did Meghan Markle Google the royal family before she accepted the wedding proposal?
She would have you believe she didn't. She would have you believe she had no idea who Prince Harry was. Oh, Prince who? Who are you? Who's Lady Diana? What? I never heard it. No, that's really what she wants us to believe.
Of course.
It's absurd.
So she went prince hunting, and she got her prince, and then pretended that this is not what she wanted whatsoever, and now they just whine all the time. I am not watching the documentary, you'll be shocked to hear. I am watching The Crown. I love The Crown. Overall, quite a good show. Does show the similarities between Meghan Markle and Princess Diana, actually, by the way, but not in the way that I think Meghan's fan or two would like. But what you take away from watching The Crown and from following the royal family for the reign of Queen Elizabeth is that woman might be the only admirable person in that whole family. I do think William and Kate have really stepped up, and they've shown a lot of dignity and restraint and done a lot to rehabilitate the royal family. But when you look, especially in those early days, the only person in that family who seemed to have any sense of duty, of obligation, class, decorum, was Queen Elizabeth, surrounded, especially in the 90s, with all of those insane scandals of these royals who can think of nothing more than themselves. And it's a consequence, I think, of the modern view of politics on the left and even on the right, which looks at politics predominantly through a lens of rights and entitlement. You know, I am owed this is my right. But that is not the traditional conservative understanding of politics, and it's not the point of the monarchy. The point of the monarchy is duty, obligation, suppressing one's personality to take on the role as a sovereign and as a representative of the whole country. And these narcissists are just completely incapable of it, and so they are going to be singing their sob song for the next several decades. And I think
that's
we're going to be
exactly
over here. Well, we're going to be playing the soundtrack, I think, with the world's tiniest violin.
Yes, that's her pain and suffering, that she lost her voice. What did you think was going to happen? When you thought of marrying a prince, you only thought about the castle, and you forgot about what would also happen, which is you're no longer allowed to spew your woke nonsense because the royal family is about more than themselves. They represent a huge constituency that doesn't want to hear their political views. Whether you're named William, whether you're named Kate, Elizabeth, Philip, or Meghan Markle. And so her pain and suffering at losing her voice really is none of our concern. We don't give a damn. Secondly, the notion of and then everything changed. Okay, if everything changed like that, then it wasn't racism. It wasn't racism because there wasn't a day when you were like, surprise, I'm mixed race, right? Yeah. It was like they knew, the press went nuts when they first covered the fact that Meghan and Harry were together. Her mixed race background came out. Okay, great. It was celebrated. I was at NBC. We did all these segments. Everyone did all these segments on how the royal family was modernizing, you know, bringing fresh-faced Meghan Markle into the equation, an American divorcee, mixed race. Well, okay. The press loved her. And in today's day and age, they freaking love that narrative. Nobody was like, oh my God, right? So what was it? The media did turn on her. Why? If it was racism, what was it? How did they go from loving to hate? Could it possibly have been her own behavior? This is the thing this woman never gets, and her husband is just as clueless.
You know, it reminds me of a line that my friend Andrew Clavin said about bigots. He said the problem with bigots is not even that they're wrong about the other guy. Very often bigots have a point about the other guy. It's that they can't see their own flaws. They can't recognize that they partake of the same fall in human nature as all the people that they're willing to castigate. And you see this with narcissists. You see this with the people who just think that everything is and ought to be about them. But when you take on that role, you are taking on a life of service. Uneasy is the head that wears the crown. And that's true even of those who wear the tiaras. The point is to suppress one's personality and actually to serve the public. And it's such a damning reflection on the age that we're living in that people would rather play a princess in a movie than be an actual princess. You had an actress get a taste of the real thing, and what did she do? She said, I want to go back to the artifice.
There is so much to love about the changing of the seasons, right? What better way to soak up the best of this one than with a Michael Phelps swim spa by Master Spas? A Michael Phelps swim spa combines the benefits of a pool with the therapy of a hot tub. It comes in a variety of sizes to complement almost any yard, even if it's a small one. Master Spas worked with Michael Phelps to develop an at-home training and fitness solution that you can use year-round in any season, even the winter. Exercising in the water is a great way to include physical activity into your daily life. Relax after an afternoon of raking leaves or shoveling snow. The spacious swim area gives you room to stretch your tired muscles or relax your aching back. As your fall calendar fills up, or winter as it is about to be, a Michael Phelps swim spa will be the perfect place for you to spend some time together as a family. It's just like a little oasis for you and your family to get out to and spend 15 minutes together. The swim spa drives people outdoors, from kids to grandkids. They're all going to love splashing and playing in that swim area. Michael Phelps swim spas are 100% made in the USA by Master Spas. That's the world's largest swim spa manufacturer. A Michael Phelps swim spa is energy efficient too. You can use it all year long. Go to masterspas.com, put in the promo code MK, and that will save you $1,000 on a Michael Phelps swim spa or $500 on a Master Spas hot tub. Masterspas.com, promo code MK. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.